Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be?
The WNBA is going crazy about the newest comedy show, which stars none other than Angel Reese. Reese recently vowed that she would overthrow Caitlin Clark, a living icon, as if someone who has been crying over sideline drama and fabricating injuries would dethrone Clark. Not to mention her petulant tirades about salaries that fall short of the WNBA's immediate reaction standard. Angel is now officially delusional.
Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is when she's on the basketball floor.
To be honest, it's absurd. How does she believe she can outperform the player who is creating history, Clark? The only thing Reese has mastered thus far in each season is making fun of herself. However, it's possible that she is receiving recognition for her lack of empathy. It certainly appears that way. Reese might want to examine her reputation before speaking out about taking over the WNBA. How fans of Caitlin Clark answered first. She won't become the star if she switches coaches. She must first change her mindset.
Look, Angel Reese, there's nothing that she does where you go, did you see her?
Angel Reese seems to believe that she will become the next big thing in women's basketball by working with LeBron James' trainer, David Alexander. Yes, without a doubt. As if working out with one of the top trainers in the world would make Reese a superhuman capable of unseating Caitlin Clark. Please, while Reese is out there doing whatever she wants, Caitlin Clark is working hard to improve her shooting and analysts by honing her general movement patterns. Break down the rivalry. When attempting to be the top player on the court, you are aware of the factors that truly count. I wish you well, Angel, as you work on whatever it may be. The abilities that have already put you in the dust race are being honed by Clark. May have enjoyed a brief stint at LSU, but believing she's on par with Clark is akin to declaring, I'm going to release a new album after singing in the shower for 5 minutes. That isn't competitive, it's deluded. Clark is the queen of basketball, even though Reese was the queen of LSU. Forget about it. While Caitlin is already out there altering the entire game, Reese is out here discussing surpassing Clark. Reese, please elaborate on the specifics of Angel Reese's plan. You're going to unseat a legend before you've even had any professional experience.
Most we've ever lost in our life. I only lost 7 games in my last 2 years at LSU. So it's been hard for me. But adjusting and just kind of have that mindset of just moving on has been something I try to give myself a little bit of grace.
Let's go back to the NCAA championship in 2023. Reese, you do recall it? With that juvenile taunt that flips me, they are desperately attempting to take Clark's shine. I can't be seen making a motion directly in Clark's face. Yes, there was a moment. Concluding remarks. Okay. However, for all the wrong reasons, Jester Clark was still the best player on the court while Reese was occupied with playing WWE with her hand. Clark easily outscored everyone, including Reese. Reese's big move was a pathetic attempt to stay relevant by attempting to steal the spotlight for a mere 5 seconds while Clark was too busy making history. Reese was merely trying to get attention. I can't make this stuff up.
No one like Caitlin Clark. In the history of the WNBA.
In WNBA history, no one has ever been like Caitlin Clark. Speaking of statistics, what about Reese's WNBA debut? Let's just say that Caitlin was nothing to write home about. With an average of 19.2 points per game and assists like she's been in the WNBA for years, Clark lights up the league. Reese 13. 6 points every game in the interim. In case anyone missed it, that is nearly 6 fewer than Clark. Not to mention, Clark led all rookies in assists with 8.4 per game. Reese, what were you doing? I'm still trying to figure out how to shoot consistently. However, she did her best at the moment. Now let's talk about the Rookie of the Year award. With ease, Clark accepted that award. It wasn't even close. Reese, in the meantime, she merely made it to the finals, which at this point sounds like a participation prize. Not only did Clark make it obvious that she was prepared to dominate Reese when she joined the league, but she is currently attempting to catch up.
But they still ask you about Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
What is your stance on that?
So My whole thing was like, when I got drafted, number 7. So I'm like, cool. Like, the pressure is not even on me because I'm drafted 7, so the pressure shouldn't be up there. So I'm like, all right, cool. I can just hoop. So I don't know when like it started to just break out where I was just in rookie of year conversations. I'm like, all right, cool.
It's because you started killing it.
However, the wait improves. Reese's life off the court has truly turned into a circus. She signed a partnership with Reebok for signature shoes. Whoa, what a revolutionary shoe contract for someone who hasn't even demonstrated her ability to perform at the highest level on a regular basis. Yes, Rays. Let's commemorate that. Clark is out here in the interim. As she's busy sharing her lifestyle on Instagram, she's changing the game with every step she takes. It's adorable and all, but good luck if you believe that will help you defeat Clark. If I were you, I would start concentrating on basketball rather than how many likes your postings are receiving. However, because Reese liked discussing money, let's talk about it. She is out here praising her WNBA salary of $1.73 for 39 and discussing how costly life is. You don't exactly live in a Beverly Hills mansion, Ree, so perhaps it's time to start budgeting more effectively. In the meantime, Clark is taking care of her business, concentrating on the game, and obviously not caring about the price of a Starbucks latte. Let's now discuss this unparalleled league, which Ree hopes will be her big break. In January 2025, a 3x3 league featuring 34 of the world's best players is scheduled to begin. Nevertheless, it's a significant issue. All of these top athletes are coming together. She's entering a lion's den, Ray. Look, I understand. In comparison to her pitiful $81,000 annual WNBA pay, she will receive $250,000 for the 8-week season. Yes, that is pleasant. Here's the issue though. She is competing against players who are at a very different level. The money and the headlines are not the only factors. It has to do with real performance. Furthermore, Reese's performance does not yet indicate that he is prepared for the competition. It yells, "I need a lot of work." This is where it gets even more juicy. Is joining a league that includes some of the world's most gifted athletes. Yeris, you may have your sights set on the spotlight, but if Reese believes that turning up and having fun will make her the next big thing, then the attention will be on those who can truly bring it. She will receive a severe wake-up call. This has already drawn criticism for being overstated. To be honest, they might be right. Yes, this league will be thrilling and full of elite players. Ree, however, is not even close to the caliber of players who have demonstrated their abilities at that level. Therefore, even though she might be exposed, she might also be exposed. When you're facing the best, there's no escaping. If Reese doesn't improve, this league may reveal how far behind Clark she is and perhaps even show how much more work she needs to do before she can compete on an equal footing.
I think it's really just the fans, her fans, the Iowa fans, now the Indiana fans that are like, they ride for her. And I respect that respectfully, but sometimes it's very disrespectful. I think there's a lot of...
And this is the truth. Check at the end of the day, Ree's discussion about outperforming Clark is meaningless. Talk is inexpensive. Furthermore, it will undoubtedly not succeed. If you want to compete with the best in professional basketball, you must possess the necessary talent. Reese's lips is currently working harder than her game. She has all these audacious statements, but the issue is that she lacks the abilities to make them a reality. Clark has already demonstrated her authenticity. Reese is still in the "I'll get there someday" stage. Not to be overlooked is the fact that Clark continues to work hard and put in the necessary effort while Ree is receiving training from one of the top professionals in the field. Being the best is not something you can purchase. You can't expect to be able to defeat a legend by simply training with the best trainer. While Ree is busy receiving coaching on her general movement patterns, it requires years of commitment, persistent work, and most importantly, talent. Every time Clark on the court, she is creating history. Therefore, when Ree declares that she will overthrow Clark, let's simply say that the only thing she will overthrow is herself from reality, this unparalleled league. Yes, it's a fantastic chance for Reese to gain visibility, But let's be honest. It might also be the point at which the terrible distance between her and Clark becomes even more apparent. When no one is genuinely confronting you, it's easy to talk about taking over. However, things become difficult when you face real elite competition. And if Ari doesn't improve and quit pretending to be at Clark's level, she will still be far behind him. She won't be the one to overthrow Clark. Instead, she will be a footnote in his path.